Hello, I'm Dr. Anna. In part 1 of this video on burnout, I discuss overwork and perfectionism. If you have not viewed it yet, I invite you to do so. In this video, I will talk about how burnout relates to overfunctioning. Overfunctioning is a therapy term which means doing more than it is necessary, appropriate, or healthy. Overfunctioning is taking on responsibilities that belong to someone else or doing more than your share. For example, a worker overfunctions when he constantly takes on tasks that belong to others because other people take longer or they may mess it up. A homemaker overfunctions when she routinely wakes everyone up in the family to make sure they get to work and school on time, even though they're all grown and are fully capable in managing their own schedules. Characteristics of overfunctioning include being overly focused on others' lives, giving unsolicited help or advice regularly, and doing things that are others' responsibilities. Usually, people who overfunction have big hearts and the best intentions. They are conscientious, caring, hard workers with great initiative. They are usually seen as folks who have it all together, are organized, responsive, and dependable. They're typically very responsible workers, partners, and parents. The downside of overfunctioning, though, is burnout. Because overfunctioners routinely take on more than their share, they carry the load for more than one life and do the work of 2 or more people. As a result, they often feel overwhelmed, stressed, angry, and resentful. They also tend to neglect self-care because their time and resources have been depleted. In the long run, overfunctioning can lead to exhaustion, depression, and anxiety. Another downside of overfunctioning is that others learn to underfunction. If you overfunction, others around you may be inclined to take fewer initiatives, do less, and be less responsible for their own lives. I know a student who carried a heavy backpack to school every day. She brought art and stationery supplies all the time in case others may need them. Over time, others in her class learned that she has all the needed supplies. One day, another student came to borrow color pencils from her. Dutifully, she gave them to him and asked, "How come you never carry your own?" The other student answered, "Because I know, whenever I need them, I can get them from you." When we overdo for others, we rob them, our children, spouses, friends, colleagues, and employees, of opportunities to assume responsibilities for themselves, to grow, learn, and become the capable and reliable persons that we and God want them to be. Some of my Christian clients ask, but doesn't God want us to help others? The answer is yes. We are told to carry each other's burdens in Galatians 6:2, but we must balance it with the verse each person should carry their own load in Galatians 6:5. The teaching is that we are to help others when the burden is too heavy and they cannot carry the load. However, when they're able to do the task, then they should assume their own responsibility. For example, we would carry a bag of groceries for an elder with a walker, but we will not do so for a healthy young adult when it is the only thing he has to carry. The rule of thumb is, do not do for others what they can do for themselves. If you have been overfunctioning for some time, it may be a gradual process to move away from assuming the caretaker role in your relationships. Start by identifying what really are your responsibilities. These should not include things that others can and should do for themselves. For tasks that belong to others, shift the responsibility back to them and let them function for their own lives. When you begin this process, learn to sit with the discomfort of not being in control. Things may not progress in the way you would like, and that is okay. Let go. Give people opportunities to learn on their own. This is life. As you move away from overfunctioning, expect discontentment, complaints, and even manipulation from those who have been underfunctioning to try to shift the responsibilities back to you. Remember, you are empowering your family, friends, colleagues, and employees to grow, learn, and become capable persons themselves. Be firm in your commitment to change. If you need support, you may seek counseling from a therapist or a pastor. Know that in the long run, your commitment will yield a healthier you and will help others to grow in responsibility, competency, and maturity. Another aspect of overfunctioning is responding to things with high emotional intensity. People who overfunction tend to be passionate, caring, and take things rather seriously. Their concern for others sometimes translate into high emotional reactions as well. For example, a homemaker may anxiously worry that bad things may happen if she does not control everything at home, or a worker may be angry and resentful that colleagues did not heed his unsolicited advice and took him for granted. High emotional intensity brings distress, frustration, anxiety, and burnout. No wonder the Bible tells us in Proverbs 4:23 to guard your heart above all else, for it is the source of life. Ways to lower emotional intensity include slow, deep breathing and calming self-talk. Slow, deep breathing is simply inhaling and exhaling slowly for a few minutes. Calming self-talk is talking to yourself with truth and reason to eliminate irrational fears and worries. I discussed how to practice them in the videos Overcome Anxiety Parts 1 and 2. If you have not viewed them yet, I invite you to do so. Finally, to avoid burnout, recognize that all of us have a limited amount of energy every day. I call these energy bucks. Similar to money, we make a deposit when we replenish ourselves with proper rest, recreation, sleep, and spiritual activities. We use energy bucks whenever we do daily tasks, work, talk, and activate our emotions. Let's suppose that we wake up with 100 energy bucks in the morning. After making breakfast and getting the kids ready for school, we used 25 bucks. Traffic jam on the way to work created frustration and stress, so another 10 bucks spent. Work and personnel problems burned up another 30 bucks, and so on. By the time we retire for the night, we have very few energy bucks left. If we add overwork, perfectionism, overfunctioning, and high emotional reactivity to the picture, then we go into a deficit. Sometimes the output is greater than the input. No wonder we're depleted and burnt out. The key is to spend your energy bucks on what are really important, on things that are truly your responsibilities, and then let go of the rest. If you are a Christian, you can release the concerns to God, and do not take the burdens back by overthinking and worrying about them again. Pray and trust God with all the outcomes, no matter what they may be. Be encouraged in knowing that those who trust in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. As you let go of overfunctioning, you will find that you have more energy, better health, and a happier life.